Oh, shit.
We have a potential 600 in progress for most of each. Subject is 25 and appears to have shit his pants.
Get back here.
Hey, community sir. Hey, everybody. What's up, man? I'm on tour. Where am I coming? September 7th, San Diego, California. September 9th and 10th, Syracuse, New York. Syracuse. And September 23rd through 24th, Toronto, Canada. It's all on my website. Austin, Texas, 30th. I'm doing a rehab for my people. And then October 4th through 8th, Winnipeg, Canada. Get your tickets, CraigConant.com. I love you all. And yeah. Yeah, this is my favorite band. Yeah. No, it's not. Zeppelin rules. Anyways, just tune in, all right? Like, subscribe. You're doing it. Put the subscribe on. I get shadow banned. I say bad things. Are we rolling? Are we rolling? Try to catch me riding dirty. Hey, man, welcome to community service with your favorite neighborhood lesbian, Craig Philip Conant. We're coming out homophobic out the gate. Just kidding. You gotta say that. It's jokes. You wanna suck a cock, suck a cock. As I hide mine. Ouch. I pinch my nuts together. That's for the YouTube watches. If you're audio only, right now I'm sitting like half of... I just got back from Texas. We're going to have to bleep that. Sorry. Bleeping out the gate, censorship. That one could be argued. I get the argument on that one. Anyways. See? I can say that. Too far. Okay. All right. My apologies. First of all, where are my coffee heads at? I have been drinking too much coffee again. It has happened. Why is everything a slippery slope? Why can't I just be normal? Why can't I just have 1 to 2 cups a day? Why must I live off of this shit? I love coffee. I think I like coffee more than weed. I don't want to think about living without either. I just scared myself. But I was like, I might be able to live without weed right now. Get the fuck out of here, Craig. Don't let the devil slip in. No, weed too. Oh, God.
Did you take a week off for the LASIK?
Yes. The doctor told me not to smoke weed. It could jeopardize my eyes and my healing process. He said, don't smoke weed for 1 week, at least. I made it 3 days. I said, I don't give a fuck if I go blind, I'll kill myself. I took 1 hit of the vape. I was like, because it's not smoke. You're not supposed to get smoke. Mm-hmm. It's vape. But it's water vapor, they say. But it's healthy, doctor. Even though sometimes the kids get popcorn lungs and almost die. But it's healthy, officer, doctor, whatever the fuck. Some sort of authoritarian figure. I don't trust you. It's my eyesight. I'll do what I want. I took a baby hit of a vaporizer 3 days after eyeball surgery. And what it did was, it didn't do anything, but it dries your eyes out during the healing process when you have sliced eyeballs. So it hurt. So I took the hit, and then I felt my eyes change. And you better believe did I have the biggest existential, I can't say that word, existential crisis of my life. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You jeopardized your eyesight for a hit? And the devil's like, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did, because you ain't no bitch and you need to get high. You got problems. What an idiot. I smoked. Oh, and then, I already smoked that day. So what's the next day? I freaked out though. I was like panic attack. I started running back and forth, that frantic walk. Like, did you just do something? Did you just do something to your eyesight? And then I just kept smoking. And and added a little extra drops. You gotta balance it out. Gotta wet the eyeballs. And I tell you what, weed dries your eyes out, man. I never really noticed until I had eyeball surgery, and you're not supposed to. And that shit hurts. You're just like this. And now I still smoke, but my eyes are dry because of the natural healing process. They said you're going to have dry eyes for a long time. Here's a lot of drops. Use them. Use it up. But then with weed, it's like at nighttime, I'm like, I'm like, it's like I'm driving and it's raining, like I can't see. This is bad for driving. It's dangerous. But it's not. I was just joking around. I put in eye drops. I have so many notes. Where do I even begin? I took my cousins from Mexico all over a tour of Los Angeles, but we ended up at the Dodger game. And then me and Sadie ate little mushrooms. We didn't tell nobody because I had eyeball surgery and I've been smoking. And, and it's just funny because I borrowed my good friend Travis's car, Moose Knuckle.
Yeah. Because
he has a minivan, and there was 7 of us. And we're like, we don't want to have 2 cars to like 4 or 5 destinations, So I was like, hey, let me give you my Kia. I'll take your Honda Odyssey. Whoop-de-woo, So, and then so he's a sweetheart, and we swapped it out. I gave him a quarter of mushroom, 7.7, a little extra. I gotta provide something. He's doing me a favor, and I filled this tank up. And then, but I'm driving my buddy's car, and I'm respectful. I was like, hey, I gotta be careful. This ain't my car. If it's my Kia, side swipe, rearview mirror, pop, we be getting close. It's no sweat off my sack. I don't give a fuck. I got a sticker on the outside. My license plate fell off. That screw's loose. You can't get me. It is. It's slanted like this. I need a screw. I'll show you a picture. And then, so I'm driving, being careful on the freeway, and then I have these gummies and edibles and little mushrooms, just a little micro dose, And then I was like, oh, Sadie, here, hand me the gummy. I'm driving. I want to be safe. And then she just starts laughing. I was like, what? I didn't understand. She goes, do you realize your sentence? You know what I mean? I'm driving my buddy's car. I need to be careful. You feed me the gummy. She's like, if you wanted to be careful, you wouldn't eat the gummy. And I was like, shut up, woman. Give me a goddamn gummy. Give me the gummy. And I ate the gummies. I smoked the pen. I ate the mushrooms. And let me tell you, that baseball game was interactive. I was the beach ball. No, it was a good time. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. If you're judging me, do you think I was the worst man on that road? There are Dodger fans there. Those motherfuckers just shanked a fool and drove home. They're not drinking and driving. They're knifing and driving. So don't get at me. Because I got these dry new eyeballs, and I like to have a good time. It was a lovely time. Everybody had made it home safely, including my buddy's vehicle. That's neither here nor there. I hope he doesn't see this clip. No, I told him. Some guy almost hit me, too. In the daytime. Pre-everything. With my mother in the car, driving Palos Verdes. The guy tried to do a left turn from the parking spot. You know what I mean? From the wrong side of the road. Yeah. He tried to do one of these. And I was going straight, and he almost hit me. I honked and swerved. And then this sounds, what's the word? Sexist. But those 5 women and 2 dudes. Guess who saw that? The 2 dudes. 0 for 5. Not one of them saw the guy hit me. I was like, what are you guys, where were you? They're like, why did you honk and swerve? I was like, you didn't see the guy. He fucking almost T-boned me. I know that sounds bad, but whatever. That's how it was. I was like, Hugo, you're the only one that saw that? He goes, see. He's Mexican. Dude, my cousins, this is also funny. There's a fucking language barrier. I really need to learn Spanish, real bad. And but it's just funny. I'm gonna get yelled at by my family, but my relatives from Mexico that are still in Mexico, they are lawyers, doctors, race car drivers, work with government, you know, own businesses. And then over here, not so much, you know, just no, they're doing all right. But it's just funny that it's just funny that they didn't do that, you know. I get scared because I'm like, you know, they're like, I see them. They just talk shit to me. I heard what you said about me on a podcast. I thought you stopped listening. I could talk some proper shit. No, we be checking in. We be checking. We hear you, Philip. We hear what you say about my neck. Well, why don't you get one? Then maybe I wouldn't make fun of you. You frog neck sucker, you know? Stuff like that. You can't call no one a frog neck sucker no more. Everyone. We used to get drunk and prank call my family and just say mean shit. Like, you know, me and my buddy Travis, we call up a cousin or somebody and be like, you gobble neck rooster bitch, you know, and just say something real funny, and then just laugh, just cackle, and they be like, oh. Travis and Philip are drunk again. They're prank calling everybody. I mean, you haven't lived until you called your mom at 3 a.m. You said you gobble neck. But with a smile, you know, it's not out of... We're not saying, hey, you know, it's two giggling mooses on the other end. They're not going to know. Oh, they'll know. Who else could it be? Who else is high on the sugar and the coffee and the cocaine? Well, probably a few of us. You know when the ice gets too small and it always slips through the hole and you're just fucking taking loads of coffee and you're like, hey man, I like tits. I don't want your loads of ice. You guys are sick in the head. Okay, let's keep it classy, Craig. What for? The world's gone to shit. Let's pinch your nutsack. Oh my God, so many stories. Oh shit, I forgot about that panic attack. So it was my first time microdosing since the eyeball surgery. And then I was like, oh, I was scared my eyeballs were going to get stuck dilated. Oh. You know?
Yeah.
And then I'd be the permanent dilated guy. Did I talk about that yet?
No.
Yeah, that was another anxiety scare. I was like, stop doing drugs that affect your eyes. But I'm like, that's all of them. Yeah. No, I'm only allowed 2. I only can have 2. One dries your eyes out, one bugs your eyes out. And, you know... Another, why, like, what? Why are you doing this, Craig? You know why. You're running. What are you running from, Craig? I don't know. I've been running my whole life. I'm sick of running. These little legs are tired. I got these Forrest Gump legs. I'm tired. I got a happy face, though. That just says I got 14 flavors of weed. I got 14 flavors of organic weed. A girl with a fat ass and some money. I'm good. That's what it says. I don't remember writing that. I was feeling good. That one says something racist. That doesn't make sense. I'm not even racist. What happened here? The voice to text, it changes things. And I'm like, I don't even know what I said. But it's not that. That sounds bad. Remember when I say I have all these notes?
Yeah.
And I get to them?
Mm-hmm.
They stink. They fucking stink. What was I thinking? I can't even read you this shit. It doesn't even make sense.
You were so excited.
I'm depressed now. That's how quick. What goes up must come down. You better be careful. No, I got lots of stories. I'll just talk about Texas. I haven't really told the whole story of getting LASIK, or did I a little bit? Ebbs and flows, in and out.
Yeah, not
with
really the
guests.
whole thing.
Okay, I guess I'll do that. I got LASIK eyeball surgery. It was expensive. I put it off my whole life because it was expensive, and I was scared. I was absolutely terrified. It's fucking scary. They zap your eyeballs. It was absolutely one of the most terrifying things I've ever been through in my life. I had anxiety like I've never really felt. I haven't been able to see since I was 7, so it's quite emotional. And it was painful immediately after, but I still think, besides sobriety or being off of narcotics and alcohol, you know, I smoke the weed and eat a little bit of mushies now, so we have to clarify that. It's the best thing I've ever done in my life. I could see. I could fucking see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been minus 7.0, 7.25, you know, so I was beyond blind. And when you're that blind, you cannot read a street sign. You can't recognize you can't recognize family 8 feet away. It's insanity. You know, if you're minus 2.0, I would be hesitant to get the surgery too, because you just, it's annoying. But anything past 2, it's like extra blind, and you're just not living any quality of life. If some people just stay kind of blind, you know, they just won't get contacts and glasses. It's not that bad. It's not that, motherfucker. You can't get some glasses. What are you doing? I don't understand that. It's people in my family too. Everybody has those. They're just like, nah. Like, what are you scared of? It's glasses.
Once you see everything in focus too, it's like, how
You're
can
gonna
you
cry.
go back?
You're gonna be like, I can see. Yeah, you're fucking seeing peach fuzz right now. Your whole world's peach fuzz. It's just a hue of fuzzy. Obviously, contacts are annoying, but get some fucking glasses. I don't understand that. I know people like that. Several of them. It's just like, do you just enjoy living a shittier quality of life? That's what you're doing. So go to the fucking doctor, get glasses, get contacts. And if you're poor, there's programs to help you with that shit, because I had to do that shit. You go to the hood and it's like $100 for fucking an exam and glasses with some doctor that has a good soul, and they do those little discounted programs. That's the only place I went until I got this hoodie money. So what they do is they take you in and they see if you're qualified. And I had a high prescription and a thin cornea. So they're like, you're fucking you barely qualified, dog. And they're like, you're so thin that we don't know if we could do touch-ups, because you could do touch-ups. They usually, you need them like a decade, 15 years later. And it's like a minor, it's like a tune-up. And then... yeah, so they're like, they usually do it on a wider circumference. So because mine was so bad and so thin, they had to shrink the circumference a little bit. And then they said, so you might see a little bit more halos around lights. And I thought that wasn't going to be annoying. And then the first night, I was like, oh my God, this is horrible. But it has gotten better.
Okay, good.
Thank God. But I was like, oh, this is noticeable. But everything they said is true, because like it was extremely noticeable, and then it dissipates. It gets better and better and better, and then it's hardly noticeable. But in the beginning, it's scary, because you're just like, oh God, this is like cartoons. This isn't good.
Yeah.
This is my life now. But it did get better. And the lady said, out of 100 patients, maybe 1 may complain later, Like, it just doesn't really happen, but we have to warn you in case it does. And she's like, anyways, so they warn you. They warn you so much it kind of scares you out of it.
Oh, yeah.
But it's preemptive warning. It's just to cover their ass, liability. Like, it's 99.8% success rate. And I have a feeling that 2% is people that move and rub their eyes. Like, I really don't think it's the machines or the doctors at all, because this is where it gets scary. This is where I get anxiety. This is where I had to relapse. I took a pill. I didn't care because I tried not to, because it was surgery day. And then they come in and the doctor talks to you, and he said this. He goes, "This tends to go well." I said, "What the fuck did you just say to me? This tends to go well." Because you have to be still. You have to be calm. You have to be calm, cool, collected, with your eyes open, staring at a laser while it lasers your eyes. You understand?
Yeah.
This is crazy. Yeah, I had the gnarliest anxiety. I couldn't even tell you. It was back to the first time I ever did stand-up anxiety, but weird and different. Like, obviously more scary because it's your health. But it's like crippled, like crazy. And so they said, "I'm going to give you a Xanax to calm you down." I was like, "Can I take edibles? I don't want to take no pills." And then they said, "No, it'll dry your eyes out. Absolutely do not." And, you know, I was like, "Oh, all right." I was like, "Give me the Xanny then, because I got to do this." And so they tell you to meditate and be zen and all that shit. And then you just take it and you're just there. And they lay you down and they put these little things on your eyes. And then your job is to lay still and be cool and stare right at it. And so that's all I did. I was like, just stare at this fucking thing. And thank God it all went well. I was completely still. Poor Sadie, my lady. They bring her in thinking she's just going to be there for moral support, you know. They sat her in front of a close camera that showed, you know, I'm over there, but they have a camera on my eye. And she's watching it and filming it. And she wanted to get it, but after watching it, she's like, "I can't do that shit." She's like, "How did you stay still? You should have saw what I saw." And I'm like, "What?" Yeah, they do what essentially they make a contact lens out of your fucking eyeball. That's what they do.
Jesus.
That's how I dumb it down for my brain. They make a eyeball contact lens, and they have these little lasers that slice, create a flap, create the contact lens, and then correct it and go. And then you smell the flesh. That's what my aunt told me before, and I was like, I wish you wouldn't have told me that. And you're just there, just taking hits to the eye, and you're just like, and you got to stay still, and then you do, you better. And then she took me to Chick-fil-A for a milkshake because I was real sad and emotional. And I wolfed that milkshake down. I cried my eyes out. I could see, too, which was fucking weird. And then the salt started burning my eyes. And then I started freaking out. I was like, no. You know, because I was just... Because it initially, immediately after the surgery, it did hurt. Especially when I was crying. But then, that was very short-lived. They give you a sleeping pill. A very, very powerful sleeping pill. And I took it, and then I woke up 18 hours later, and I was not in pain. Like, the pain that I remember must have lasted 15 to 30 minutes. And it was not when shit was going down. It wasn't until I got home, and it all settled. You know, I guess like when you're playing sports, you get a scuff, the adrenaline. And then later, you're like, ow. I think that was the analogy that may best describe that. And then I woke up, and they said when you wake up, there'll be little to no pain. It should feel like an irritable contact. And then sure enough, I woke up, and there was no pain. Because the pain I felt the night before made me want to go kill them. Like, what did you do to me? You ruined my life. But then in the morning, it was gone. It was gone. And by the end of the evening, the irritable contact turned into not so irritable at all by the end of the evening. I was like, this is crazy. And that's my little LASIK story. And then they're dry, and you got to lubricate, and then you got to wear the goofy mask. You can't rub your eyes, so I was sleeping with this mask, this face mask, because if you rub your eyes, you disrupt the flap. So they're like, try not to rub your eyes for 3 months. And I was like, 3 months? Jeez. I mean, that's being crazy precautious. They're like, at least a week. Don't rub your eye for 1 fucking week. Don't smoke for 1 week. I didn't rub my eyes. Smoky. You got to take some chances in this world. Yeah, that's my LASIK story. Not very funny, but informative. I cannot speak highly enough. I am brand new to it, and it's the best shit ever. If you're blind, you know. I get it. If you ain't super strong, but also if you're not super strong, that's a quick, easy one. They don't gotta, you know, it's not Like, I think. I don't know. Whew.
Yeah, it's funny because you're endorsing it, but like now I've never been more sure I don't want it after that story.
Why?
Just the smelling your own burning eyeballs while you have to stay like, if there's something on me that I have to do, like focus on the laser and not screw up, like I mean, maybe a Xanax would help me do that, but it just seems like impossible, or like the most nerve-wracking thing in the world.
That Xanax used appropriately. I'll never take it again unless it's for some shit like that. Also, it wasn't my favorite anyways. I like the little heroin. I like the little heroin pills. You know, I was like, what? I never got it. I'm like, you guys, they just make you forget everything. I want to remember my high. I want to remember my itchy nuts. Yeah, man. Wild. LASIK. All right. A podcast. So many notes.
What's the update on your tooth?
I'm just rocking the hole.
But like, is it healed? Is there a chance to?
I could get a new tooth now.
Okay.
I just choose not to, because it's more fun with the hole in your mouth. No, because I got hit with a lot of bills.
Sure, yeah.
And I was like, fuck. But I got somebody, a new tooth guy in Santa Monica. That sounds crazy. Halfway through that sentence, I was like, I got a new tooth guy in Santa Monica. That's a crazy sentence. I do, though. He hit me up. He's like, hey, do some promos. You know, we'll give you a discount or a free tooth. So I was like, oh, fuck yeah. So I was thinking of going to Costa Rica to finish my upper. Because I did the bottom half. And then I did my eyes. And then, you know, life, bills, couple Sonos speakers, new T-shirts here. But I also be careful what you wish for. I finally had a relaxed schedule of not so much road. And I was like, I need work, God. And then he gave me all this work, and now I'm blessed, but I'm back to mentally ill, Craig. I'm gone every weekend now. Oh, dear. Good problems. Speaking of which, I literally picked up work yesterday, and you missed it. It's too late. Sometimes it's so last minute. I picked up work yesterday in this weekend, North Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky. Like yesterday morning, I think I was like, yeah. It's so wild. Next weekend, and then just a few days before that, I'm in Syracuse, New York this weekend, and I picked that up 2 days ago, so don't get at me for not promoting. I couldn't. I got it 2 days ago. I don't think it was on the website till yesterday. Syracuse, New York, September 9th and 10th. And then Toronto, Canada. And then, all over the map. Ticketscraigconant.com. Good. I am lucky, but I am tired. Yeah, those times where you do like a state every day and you just it's wild. It's all doable. Thank you. I won't be a bitch. I'm not complaining. Thank you, God. It's just, I know what I gotta do. You gotta get up at 3 a.m. and fly out at 6 a.m. and straight to the gig, and that's what you gotta do. That's what do you wonder why I'm sucking on this? Yeah. Good things. I guess let's talk about Texas, dude. I fucking love testicles. I love testicles. Fucking homo. Craig really is a homo. No. I love testicles. Dude, Texas is fucking lit. Maybe I need to smoke a joint so I can speak better. Dude, first of all, I'm trying to remember everything in chronological order, but it takes you out of the moment. Can I speak? I just messed up. I'm not even high. Should I get high? Where's my pen? There it is. Shout out to Farmer and the Felon. God bless. Tasty. ABX. See if I can speak better. It's not hitting good. I farted. Excuse me. Audio listeners, give me a moment. I got to take a quick hit. These are like bitch hits, but they're working. I felt that one. All right. Honey cake. All right, honey cake. Let's see what you got. Let's see if I speak better. I'm not high yet. That's also another problem. I take 2 hits, baby hits. I'm like, I'm not high yet. You gave it 8 seconds. And then I'll go, wah, 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 wah. And then 5 hits later, I'm like, oh, shit. I can't keep my eyes open. Looks like we got a nap at 11 a.m. But you just had coffee, Greg. Have some more. Have some more. And then the vicious cycle continues. Where my caffeine weed head's at. Slow it down, you animals. Give it a moment. Let the food digest. Fuck that. Give me a hit, God. Give me a hit, Zeus. This thing on. There we go.
There you go.
There. Oh no. That's. There it is. There it is. There. You know what I'm talking about. That's that. Oh, immediately inspired a story. Derek Poston is a psycho. This fool's a savage. This motherfucker, first of all, his family is my brother. I love that man. Like when I fly to a city, I stay at his house. I got Hampton Inn hotel money. You don't think I got medium run-of-the-mill chain hotel money? I'm not down here. I'm not up here. I'm at that run-of-the-mill. You get a clean pillow. You get some okay coffee in the lobby, possibly Folgers. It ain't no organic U-Ban. That's a shitty brand too, Craig. Pete's. It ain't Pete's. Boy, that weed changes things, doesn't it? I was a little grumpy because I didn't smoke properly yet, you know? I'm hungry. I'm tired, God. Arr, arr. Now I'm high. Oh, yeah. I feel like the angry God is, or energy or universe, that's instant karma, is man, you know? Bam! He's like, fuck you, stub your toe. And then the female God is like, oh, you're okay. It's okay. And then lose your home later, 9 years later. I held on to that. Compound interest. That's the pussy God. Bam! A kid you didn't know about. Bam! Oh, that's way bigger than a toe stubbing. Female gods and male gods. Female gods be on the long con, you know, that long bamboozlery. The male god is more like no toilet paper. I'll give you shit. I'll give it to you right now. The women god, let's see what that would be equivalent of. The women god will just make you shit your pants. That was a bad one. They can't all be hits. The first one hit. The second one, not so much. Oh boy, tough crowd. Crowd of one. No, but Derek, I bring that up because for 2 reasons. Don't let me forget. This motherfucker, first of all, I did his show. I already forgot the name of it. Oh, hang on. Let me look it up. Take you out of the moment, Craig. The Super Solid Comedy Show. This motherfucker's bad at promoting. What the hell was I talking about? This guy. Tag me. What's your stupid show's name? Solid Comedy Show. Solid Comedy Show. I'm talking all this shit. Okay. We're back. Hey. No, we're not going to edit that. Dude, my homie had me on Solid Comedy Show. I already forgot the name. I had to read it. I stayed a day late, and it was me, Derek Poston, Asan Ahmad, Brian Simpson, Andrew Tarr, fucking Jason Cheney. It was stacked. And Derek Poston on closing out the show, him and Hassan co-hosted up top, and then at the end they do their sets individually, but they co-host it. And at the end of the show, he runs on the stage and he trips and he dislocates his finger. And he's so high on adrenaline and fear and pain, and he just looks at it and he screams and he just goes like this and he puts it back into place. And then he just finishes the show. And then he's a hustler, he's a G, he's a soldier, so he's shaking hands, his good hand, not the bad hand, obviously. He just dislocated his finger, his ring finger. And so he's doing his thing, and every person on the way out, they said, "Oh my God, I saw you dislocate your finger and pop it back into the place. Like, you're savage, you're like psycho. What do you..." He's like, "You guys saw that?" "Yeah." And Andrew had some cameras set up, so I'm sure someone has it. And then he just did it. And I had that done by the doctor on that ibuprofen concentrate that I still can't remember the name of. And that was insane. And he did it himself. He did what I tried to do, but I was a pussy. But I asked people at Dodgeball, "Hey, put it back." They're like, "No, man." I was calling firefighters. I told you. I was like, "Hey, firefighter friend, James, please snap it back." He's like, "Go to the hospital." I was like, "Oh, I don't want to." Anyways, he just did it. I knew it was true. He just went, and it was fine. I mean, it's awful. It's swollen. It's in pain, and it'll tingle and be cold for 6 months to a year. But it's fine. It's functional, is what I'm saying. It's still... I don't feel with that pinky anymore. Who needed to feel with a pinky anyways? That's the stinky pinky. Well, I can still smell it. I guess that's irrelevant. Anyways, he dislocated his finger and popped it back in on stage. I've known savages that pooped their pants. What happened? And Nate Hurd and Melissa, but he broke his finger, or dislocated, whatever, the technical Tims in the comment section. Oh, shout out to Viral Videos and Success, because those trolls will fucking be like, "Oh my God, I've been getting so many hateful messages." You realize I am joking, right? And am serious and also am not. It's very loosey-goosey. And they're just like, mean, malicious, hilarious, technical Tims. Like, "It's not broken. It's whatever. Whatever, teacher, we forgot to assign homework." That's what your soul is. You're the shitty guy, the shitty girl. If you're no, it was Adidas. It wasn't Puma. Who cares? Who cares, technical Tim? Derek Poston's a savage. Oh, speaking of that, so I was crashing to his house, and I do it for several different reasons. First of all, he's doing good. He has a spare bedroom. Second of all, he's not doing that good. There's a couch in there. There's no orthopedic mattress, Derek. I'm just kidding. But you sleep on the couch, but you got your own room, own bathroom, everything. And so I'm crashing with him, and so thank you for saving me some money. And because I get put up, they give you a buyout, so you could put yourself up or you could save the money. So I was like, I'm here for a while, I'll just do a hotel like the last couple nights, and then not the full 5. It gets fucking expensive. And so he's like, "I'll put you up, I sleep on the couch." Jason comes in the next day, and he's of course is ahead of the curb, and he had planned his stay. Mine was like, "Derek, I'm landing. Let me crash, dog." He's like, "Yeah, but Jason comes tomorrow." He asked me months ago, like a normal human being. And I was like, "Oh, yeah. Looks like I get the living, So I get one night in the guest room, and then Jason comes. But then Hassan and Brian just got a house in Austin, Brian Simpson. And they're working in Addison, so it's a completely empty house. But I mean empty because they just moved in. Like, there's boxes. there's a mattress on the floor and a chair. And Brian was actually saying that he's like, you don't realize how much you need a place to sit down, because it's either lay or stand. And you don't want to do that all the time. You're like, I just want a chair. So much so to where I crashed. The homies, they hooked it up. Hassan put me up in his room, but I'm on a mattress on the floor. But then he has a computer chair. But I just wheel it out of the living room, and I'm just on a computer chair in an empty living room with like an 80-inch my homie's winning. He got like an 80-inch flat screen, but in the box still, like not even, you know. And I'm just staring at a 80-inch thousands of dollars TV in the box in the chair, just like this. So I was like, I think it's time to get the hotel now. And I brought that up because so I'm hanging out with the homies late night because it's just the funnest shit ever. We're smoking weed, and don't let me forget the other thing. And then so we're hanging late, like 1, 2, 3 a.m. and I'm smoking, I'm eating gummies, my eyes are dry, laser eyeball surgery. It's a cold cut combo of piss poor vision, you know. I'm just literally like this. And I'm moving apartments. I'm switching from Derek's to Brian Simpson and Hassan's house with the homie Hans. He's a comic too. And he opens for Rogan and shit and Tony Hinchcliffe. And so it's just I'm going from one comic house to another comic house, but they're not home. So like there's a hide key on the water spigot, on the garden hose, the pipe. I was like, okay. And now I'm toasted. It's after my headlining shows on Friday or Saturday, doesn't matter. And I'm, you know, it's like 2, 3 a.m. and I'm in Texas and searching for an address, getting dropped off by an Uber at like, you know, late, and I can't see, and it's Texas. There's street lights, but it's not like here. And it's just dark. And nobody has their fucking porch lights on. It's just dark. It's just black. I cannot see. And I got dry eyes. And I'm searching, and they give me the address. And I know something's wrong. And I'm in this backyard. There's a Ring camera. I got a flashlight on my phone. I'm wearing a backpack. I got weed on me. And like, you know, Texas illegal weed. They go, it's a felony. And I'm like, not where I'm from. It's okay. Leave me alone. I need it for my cataracts. And then I'm searching in the wrong backyard. And I'm like, I call his son. I was like, hey, I got a bad feeling about this. I'm in like the wrong backyard. I know it. And then he's like, FaceTime me. He's like, oh, go out to the street. He's like, and then I was in the wrong backyard. And I'm just lifting up their garden hose. I got a flashlight. I'm talking on the phone. I was like, I think I'm going to get shot. Everybody in Texas has a gun. I have weed on me. I'm like, they called the cops. I have weed. I'm like, no, I'm a comedian. I'm staying with comedians that haven't really moved in yet. They've been there one day. Have you seen the boxes? I'm with the boxes. You know what I mean? I can't even. They're like, who lives there? The guy that bought it yesterday, you know? And it's just so terrifying. Thank God he FaceTimes me. I go to the right house, completely dark, pitch black. I was like, leave your porch light on next time. It's worth the bill. Your friend not getting murdered is worth the extra $16.50. You don't think about that if you leave during the day. What happened to motion sensors? Come on, man. And I got in, thank God. And it was just so scary. And then the next day I woke up and they have a fucking bloodhound, like a hound dog, like a hound dog. I'm not like the the bloodhound from Duck Hunt. Did I say Doug Hunt? Duck Hunt. Oh. And I'm like, how was that dog not barking, at least from the inside yesterday? I was so loud. Flashlight, stoner. I was so loud on purpose to where if I'm quiet, I look like a burglar. And I was like, if I'm audibly saying, I think I'm in the wrong house. Like it was almost like, please don't get me, but help me find the right house. It was the next one over in the pitch dark. They both were dark. Grr. So scary. Terrifying. Okay, and we're back. I got the ADHD, so I was writing it out because, you know, the notes, there's quite a bit of them. I get overwhelmed and I go, I can't handle this. I'll do none of them. But then I just write random stuff. This is what I wrote. There are only 2 men in this world I have unconditional love for, and that is my father and Tupac Shakur. This is a tweet. I tweeted it, but I screenshot the tweet. Y'all ever take fish oil supplements so when you burp it tastes like pussy and you feel like a man? Or a lesbian. Yeah, me too. That was the whole tweet. That's just gonna get me angry. That's just gonna angry. Oh, that was when I was crazy. I flipped off a motorist. I forgot about that. I was trying to fight a guy in a Porsche with my new eyes, and I was like, what are you doing, Craig? You got these new eyeballs. What are you flipping off motorists for? You want to get in a fight? You got a knife. You got a knife and a gun in the trunk. Just kidding. Yeah, I can't wait to get a concealed carry license, and I'll just have it on my podcast and scare you. No, I'm sorry. No, some notes. Voice to text. I do voice to text, and you know this. It's bad. It's bad. I mess up. Voice to text sucks, and I still continue to use it. I send the wrong thing all the time. I look like a fool. It's completely unprofessional. It may say something accidentally inappropriate, or just make zero sense at all, and be not even anywhere near the original message to where they question your intelligence. You know, did you not proofread? What is this? I go, oh, just disregard all that. Here's what I meant to say. Fuck voice to text. Not to mention that I do it and I'll say inappropriate shit. Like I was voice to texting at the beach, like comedic ideas, you know, podcast notes. And I'm just like, you know, stick your dick in the soil to get the minerals. And there's just like a family. And I'm like, hey, no, it's for the podcast. You don't get it. I'm not doing that right now. It's for the pod. You know? People don't get that. And now I can't go to the beach right here. No, but I just remember voice text. I'm like, oh, shit. And just being heckled by niños. And I was like, come on. Go in the water. I want to say things to my phone, you little pussies. And lastly, I forgot the fact. This is why, in my opinion, Derek's the most savage. And you guys, bongs. What are we doing here? Bongs are aggressive. I hadn't hit a bong since being in Austin last time at Derek's house. When you hit a bong first thing in the morning, I smoke a lot of weed now, like a lot. And he's a psycho. That's why I say that. He he packs these party bowls. They're not, you know, individual snappers, as I used to call them. I just want like a fat hit to my, you know, my capacity. I smoke it all. I get it through. All greens, only for me. No caca ash for the next guy. That's what I call the snapper in my book. You're a man, you got it all through. It wasn't these dragon's breath, you know, these 4 breaths hits, and then these huge monster party bowls. And then it just burns your nose and your eyes. I got the eyes, you know, the dry eyes and laser eyeballs. And so he's packing these party bowls. And I just took this hit in the morning. You know, you just take that aggressive bong hit, feels like a shotgun to your chest. It ruins your day. You start coughing. And I said like, oh no, I'm not going to make my show later. That's what I said. This is like at 11 a.m. I was like, I can't do stand-up anymore. That's what that just did. And I just go here. That was like, it reminded me of wax. A big bong hit that chokes you is like wax. For me anyways. Yeah, I know there's fucking these Terminator 2 guys. I take 49 bong hit. Let's say you took a little break and then you took one, you lunatic. It hits too much. It's too... Like we were even saying, like I'll smoke more weed in a joint, but like slower, gradually. Like that's what it is. The bong is 0 to 100. You just 100, 100. It's like I'll smoke a joint of OG Kush the first thing I do when I wake up. But you just like, oh, who's 10? Here's 10. Oh, there's 25 miles per hour, 50. You know, you're like, oh, I'm speeding up. You know, you don't just go, you know. Man, aggressive bong hit. I'm done. Bong hits is for 35 and below. Once you hit 35 years old, no. Give me a smooth bubbler. You know, that's Just give me a Sherlock Holmes. Give me a long pipe with it, pinkies up, bitches. I'm in my sophisticated phase of my life. I still got a tooth hole, but I'm sophisticated. I put the straw right there at the Sherlock Holmes and I hit it from the side, that's a good idea. I'm going to get a Sherlock Holmes pipe and just tape it to my tooth hole. Now we're cooking. Bongs. No, thank you. Glass on glass. 1.5 feet. My buddy offered my old bong back to me from when I was 16 years old, 17. That thing's 21 years old. Given to me for my birthday by my first girlfriend, Gina. That's crazy. That thing's a heavy glass. It's a tank. It's been dropped off of everything. Still. Oh, no thank you, though. Keep it, Travis. I'm fine with joints. I'm a joint man. I like joints. I like a smooth bubbler. I mean that. I don't love pipes, but, they serve a purpose. I just miss a good Sherlock Holmes bubbler. That was my favorite. I had this one. I called it Smooth Operator by Sade. I missed it. Those break. You always break the bubbler.
Mm-hmm.
I hit up my buddy Hoobs, Adam Hoobry, Hoobs Glass. Makes the most badass bongs in the world. But I hit him up and I was just like, oh, shit. I was like, I want to support and buy shit off you, but this motherfucker makes bongs that cost $10,000. I was like, how about a $250 model? You got any plain Janes? Because he makes these works of art that he charges accordingly and deserves it. But I'm like, yeah, I'll take a regular. Just put my initial in it. Also, when shit gets, if that bong's $10,000, I no longer want to use it. It will give me anxiety. I don't want to be anywhere. Is this insured? Am I covered on the insurance? Yeah, that's just gives me I can't wait to be that rich to where that one gave me anxiety. I'll buy another one tomorrow. Now I'm working on tagging dentists to get discounts on my tooth. It's like, no, I'll pay top dollar. Also, why I am hesitant is because I told you the Costa Rica doctor that Gina Yashaer, not my first girlfriend, legend comic, gave me the phone number. She's like, yeah, I flew out of the country, got a vacation and my mouth fixed. And I was like, touche. Also for cheaper. You get a beach vacation and your teeth fixed for cheaper. Yeah, I think after this run, I just looked at it. Oh, no, I get to travel to 49 states in 2 days. That hustle, man. I've been listening to Rick Ross every day. I'm hustling. Not my favorite rapper, but that song just gets me going. It helps, and that helps. Well, my good man, this may not have been the most cackling, crazy, controversial one like the last two, especially Dave Gregory, but we're smooth operating. We're in a good place. We'll check in to see how I am after this next 2-week run is. Well, that's why we stack one, so I get to take a break sometimes because you just be traveling nonstop. And let me see if I have any more notes in here. Wrong house. Almost got shot and arrested. Oh, got tacos with Mike Eaton. I should have known, though. Tacos in Texas? Come on, man. They were good. They were a 100-year-old recipe, and they were very, very, very good. But fucking L.A., baby. West Side. No. We just have the best Mexican food, but you do need to seek it out. Well, Mexico is the best Mexican food, obviously. If you haven't had some street tacos from Mexico, fucking go live your life. I don't care what they say, how gringo you are, how scared you are of the cartel. It's worth the risk. It's worth the risk. I'm smoking with laser eyeball surgery. Get down there. Get some fucking tacos. You're just welcome. You will get diarrhea. You will purge demons. But you will be so happy while eating those tacos. They're out, all of them too. That's what I mean. Like, here you need to find it. Oh, those are good. You know, over there, all of it. By the pool. It doesn't matter. It's amazing. That one just says Coke breath. Y'all, if you're doing cocaine, I get it, but you must have mints and gums. Gums. You're not gonna have any gums. You gotta have mints and gums. You cokeheads. You fucking psychos. Don't give me your Coke breath, cause they get fucking alcoholics. That's fine. Do what you gotta do. Get some mints. Your mouth is disgusting, and you want to talk right here. Jesus. Oh, people just late. Motherfuckers just be late, an hour late, and acting too cool. You know, I don't get motherfuckers like that. It's not a party. If it's a show, you miss the show. You miss the movie. It's not cool. House parties, be late, miss the party. I don't understand that. You see them too, always, just fucking rich or fucking gangster or this or that or fucking, yeah, it's just wild. It's like you missed the show. Usually people with like jewelry. Late motherfuckers wear jewelry. I don't get it. Oh, that's just haters. The haters been coming. I same moral of the story. It's like, I don't get it. You like my shit, share my shit. You don't like it, just scroll on. They're like, nah, I'm gonna send them 3 paragraphs of hate in the DMs to make sure he knows that he's retarded. I'm like, I know. I say it all of the time. I agree. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's so funny. I get like hating on certain things, but comedians and anyone just trying to create or bring joy, obviously, you know, there's fucking controversial shit that's going to kick up turmoil and shit, but it's always just funny. Like, someone's out there, here's how you pot a plant, and they're like, go to hell, Karen, you bitch whore. You're like, she's trying to show you how to clean gnats out of soil, and there's always one comment, you fucking bitch. You know what I mean? You're just like, what? Like, it's funny. Now that's when it's funny. Oh, that's just some shit. Just some motivational shit. Of what we just did. We were just that shit. No one is coming to save you. Burn the ship. Like, we thought we were going one direction and getting help and so on and so forth. And you wait for opportunities, and then you just realize no one's coming, dude. You have to do it yourself. No one is going to do it for you. It's you know. So stop praying for that shit. And honestly, that's all I did pray for. I just want a big famous fucking homie to help me out. And in hindsight, it's better not to go your own route, to build your own shit. And it's harder and it takes way longer and you're just kind of in limbo, you know, just wondering. But we took it upon ourselves, and you've been clipping it up like a son of a bitch. And Jesus Christ, we're up like 30K in 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it was just me making the decision, all right, we're not getting the help. It's on you, motherfucker. And I just told him what to do. I was like, here, I want you to post 3 a day because of Nate Hurd. 3 a day, the 3 a day special to add to YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels. And it's been the biggest blessing ever. All my numbers are up. More and more people are coming out the shows. It just kind of kicks the snowball, you know. And as any business, whether you're in real estate, or witch shit or gardening, my favorite, stand up. It just snowballs and you just get more work. Like I was like, I really want a gig to pay for my eyeballs. And then my homie couldn't do this gig and he gave me that gig that paid for my eyeballs. And I was like, whoa. I was like, that's why I was like, be careful what you wish for. How about 10 eyeball payments? How about 22 eyeball payments? No, I got what I wished for. I just need to dream bigger, baby. We all doing it. Just keep that foot. I am living proof. And I hate people, that I'm not trying to brag. And as, I talk about going to Costa Rica to save money on my tooth. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying if I could do it, you could do it, because we're on our way. And there's a million motherfuckers that just, you can't. You're not this. Yeah, you can. You always can. You can choose not to. That's what ultimately. You either choose to do it or choose not to do it. You coulda, woulda, shoulda. Yeah, trust me. If this old tooth hole can do it, you could do it. At whatever it may be, at what the fuck you're trying to do. So fuck your boss. Go throw a potato at him. Right at his head. Half-baked style. Think. Fuck you. I'm out. And start a podcast. And then lose money for 3 years. But then you start making money. Now, I love you all. Tune in. Drop out. Do the happy drugs. If you don't believe in God, that's fine. I'd say it a lot. I get it. I just mean like energy, in plants. Go pray to a plant. And go play with the plant too. Whatever. Just something happy is all I'm getting at. I just love you all. And thank you for tuning in to Smooth Jazz Craig today. That's been my Texas adventures. My LASIK eyeball adventures. And I'm off to a lot of cities. Here we go. Woof. Tiff, woof, woof. Peace out. I got one more thing I missed. My cousin, we don't, but her fingers are short and fat. Mm-hmm. But that's a good thing in, I believe, Japanese culture. Whatever culture it's a big thing. Mm-hmm. And they took pictures of her hand. Everyone was like, oh, look at her hand. And then they put it in their review of their nail salon and have her hand as the profile picture. Yeah. And she's self-conscious of it, she's like, no, It's just so funny that someone's self-conscious of, they worship her hand. Yeah. She could have a cult. Do what the hand tells you, That's just so funny to me. All right, maybe we'll put that in there. Is it recording?
Yeah, we got
okay. Yeah, it's just funny. She's like, no, and they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, fucking go make millions of dollars. Just become the hand model in Korean pop tour. Just fucking dancing out there. Thang from Addams Family. She's like, oh, remember MC Hammer? He was dancing to it. That was a great movie.